Hey guys, Mr.Relatable here. You guys have been asking for this tutorial ever since the Search and Destroy LTMs came out, and that is how to make a shield granter. So that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to walk you guys through it step by step and how you can add it into your own Search and Destroy map. So let's just hop right into it. So before we get started, I wanted to say that I'm going to be kind of extending on my previous tutorials. If you guys are new here and you're making your own Search and Destroy from scratch, highly recommend watching those videos. If you guys already have your own Search and Destroy map set up with different settings, that's also perfectly fine. However, the first thing that I'm going to be doing, if you guys are following along at home, is coming into my team settings and inventory devices, and just make sure that the default class identifier on both of them is on 1. You should see that right at the very top, default class identifier, put it on team 1. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to fly over here, grab our class selector, it looks like this right here, and throw it on down. Hit customize on it and change a couple settings. Class identifier we're going to put to 2. Time to switch, we want this on instant. And then if we scroll down, change player to class when receiving from, I'm going to put this to channel 31. The only reason I'm doing 31 is because I'm not 100% sure on what channels I have available, so I'm going to be doing channels 30 and above. But yeah, that is our first step in our process. The next thing we need to do here is grab 2 class designers. We need one for our default class, aka class that doesn't have shield, and then one for our class that does have shield. So the first one in the front here, I'm going to be doing it with no shield. So I'm just going to name it default, put the class identifier to 1, and we're done. The next one, we're going to come over here and put this to, shield class, put the class identifier to team 2, and then we should scroll down a little bit, and we should see starting shields. You're going to want to put this to 100%, and then max shields, put it to 50. This number right here is how much shield you actually want the players to get when they buy their shield. So if you want it to be like the LTM and you only want it to be 50 shield, put it on 50. If you want to do something special and put it on maybe 100 shield, even you can all the way go up to 2,000. You can actually go up all the way to 10,000 shield if you really wanted to. But for the sake of trying to make it as identical to the LTM as possible, put it to 50 shield. And that's all you need to do with the class designers. Next thing here is we're going to once again go into our devices menu and grab our conditional button. This is what we are actually going to be buying the thing with. This is what is set up on the Search and Destroy map. All you want to do is throw down a conditional button like so, enter it, and go can be used by all. And then we're going to scroll down. We should see interact text. Put this to whatever you want. I'm going to put this to buy shields. And then we're going to scroll down a little bit further and we should see key items required. This is however much you want your shield to cost. So in my map, similar to the LTM, I want the shield to cost 50 gold. So I'm going to put this to 50. And then we're going to go to when activated transmit on. We're going to change this to channel 30. Once again, like I said, you can use whatever channels you want. And then we're going to go to the consumables tab, grab a piece of gold, hit the drop button on it, and make sure that you drag it all the way down to 1. And now we're going to drop it. So this device picks that up. And now you can see that it says on it, we need 50 gold. So believe it or not, we're actually almost finished. We need 2 more devices here, and that is going to be our attribute trigger. And then we're going to scroll up until we see the item granter. Throw down the attribute trigger like so, and the item granter like so. Enter the attribute trigger and go to check for class 1. And then scroll down, and you should see listen to channel. Put this onto channel 30. If all checks are valid, transmit onto channel 31. And if all checks are invalid, transmit onto channel 32. Next, come over to our item granter that we throw down. And then on grant action, we're going to put to keep all. And then if you scroll on down, you should see grant item when receiving from. Right up here. Grant item when receiving from. Put this onto channel 32. Hit OK. Go into where we had our gold. And now drop the exact same amount of gold that we set up in our conditional button. So if your shield costs 50 gold to buy, you're going to want to drop 50 gold into this device, like so. And believe it or not, we are actually done. That's all you need to do for this. Now we can grab this device and let's move it up to our spawn. So if I fly all the way up here into my little spawn area that I created, I just want to put this, let's say I want to put it right here. I would probably design an actual area for it if I was putting this in my map for real, but let's just put it on the box like so. So now if I start up the game, we can see we have the button right there. And if I walk over to it, it says buy shields and then 50 coins. On the right side of the screen, I have 100 gold. I buy it, and now I have 50 shield. And the reason we put up the attribute trigger and item granter, by the way, is so we couldn't buy shields if we already had it. So now I could just go ahead, buy any gun that I really want, and I could just play out the match. So yeah, that's going to be it for this tutorial. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I tried to keep this one short and simple for you guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.